Hey guys, Matt here from Loon Outdoors, and today we're going to tie a little pheasant tail nymph. And so we have a 1/8 inch tungsten bead, some 0.15 wire, and an A-hex hook. I'm going to be using some Vivus 50D, and we're going to start out by taking some of our non-lead wire and doing some turns, probably about 6 to 7, maybe 8, going forward. We'll go ahead and trim off the excess, and we're going to slide that up into the bead. I do use an old set of scissors for this, just so you know. I'm going to go ahead and start my thread wraps behind the non-lead wire, and then I'll go ahead and wrap through. Switch over to the A set of scissors, and we'll go ahead and start tying. So what I'm going to take off here is some small-sized brown uni wire. And I like small just for my rib on most of my flies, Euro nymphs, everything. It's probably my most popular size. Also do a lot with the BR size for like copper johns and stuff like that. So we're going to go into the barb of the hook there, and we're going to start by tying in some pheasant tail. This is just going to be natural. One way to create a ton of flies to fill your box, if you've nailed out a pheasant tail before, is buy the pheasant tail, tails in various colors. I mean, you can create oranges, greens, blues, blacks, whatever your heart desires. And pheasant is one of those cool, natural UV reactive materials, so it has cool properties that you don't find in most naturals like wood duck and stuff like that. So it has a little bit of UV reactiveness, and I think that's probably why it's such a successful pattern. So you can see we just wrap that pheasant tail forward, and next up we'll just go ahead and counter rib really quick with our small wire. So with this, I mean, like I said, you can change the color of the pheasant tail to make the fly different. You can put a pink bead, an orange bead, blue, purple, whatever color bead you want on there, and you may find that the fish trigger on that, and it might be enough of a difference that a standard pattern like this becomes something really great in your local fishery. So this is just some fine Flashabou. I'm going to be using this as my wing case for the PT, and I'm using 4 strands. This is technically a flashback PT, and we'll go ahead and coat that up. Next up, I'm going to use some more pheasant tail fibers, and I'm kind of just burning these. You're going to get a lot of nymphs out of it anyways, but I tie them in going forward on either side, and if you were looking at the front of the fly, it's like at a 9 and 3 o'clock position. Reason I do that is I want them to kind of splay out and look really cool. So I'm going to pull them and level them out here to my desired length. And as you guys know, I don't often care about equalization and evenness of the leg fibers. It's not a deal breaker for me, right? I think having some awkward length legs is more realistic than anything, and most trout are going to have like 3 seconds to decide if they eat this at the most. So that is my philosophy there on these basic patterns. So I'm going to tie in my 5 to 7 inch hairline peacock herl by the tip. I do even the tips out and make it nice and even. What I'm going to do is I massage those legs back. You see that? And then I do 1 wrap of peacock in front, and it kind of just pushes those legs all the way around the fly, kind of creating this like circumferential leg action. When you're working with multi-strands, you do have to sometimes fish it out from behind the hook that you accidentally tied it into, which is fine. So we're going to go ahead and whip finish now. We've got that Flashabou locked in. So I just do a quick whip finish, and we'll go ahead and work from there. Might have been a little uneven on my leg count, but that's okay. Next up, we're just going to take some thin, and I'm just going to go straight over the top of the Flashabou. Just a nice bubbly domed wing case. I let it soak in a little bit, and that just lets it meld more into that peacock herl. Cure it up for 15 or so, 10 seconds, whatever you got, using the infinity light, and you guys have a finished fly. Hope it helps you out. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.